I'm John Proust. I'm the Chairman and CEO of Japan Gold Corp. Japan Gold Corp is the first mover in Japan under a change in the mining law that occurred in 2012 to allow foreign companies to come in for the first time in Japan's history and hold mineral exploration permits 100% or mining rights 100%. And based on a legacy of high-grade gold mining going right back to the 7th century, we were very keen to go to Japan. This was further bolstered by the fact that in 1943, all gold mines, all 76 or so gold mines in Japan were closed by the Japanese government. And after the war, only 12 of them reopened. That left a number of mines that had not been reopened. And so again, as we started to evaluate Japan in 2012, we were able to identify some key areas of the country that were open and available, wonderful exploration targets. We now have 17 major projects throughout the country, and underneath those projects we have 40 high-grade underground gold mines or significant workings that were closed in 1943, and remarkably there's virtually been no drilling in those areas, so great exploration targets. Right, there's really three principal islands that we focus on in Japan: the northern island of Hokkaido, the central island of Honshu, which hosts Tokyo, Metro Tokyo, and the southern island of Kyushu. Starting with the southern island of Kyushu, in 1981 there was a major discovery that was made, a blind discovery that was made by the precursor to JOGMEC, which is the Geological Survey of Japan. And they discovered one of the richest gold mines in the world, the Hishikari gold mine, which is a Sumitomo asset. The statistics there, just to put it in perspective globally, 8.4 million ounces at 47.3 grams per ton. A remarkable discovery, of which they've mined 7.4 million of those ounces to date and are still mining at the rate of 200,000 ounces a year. So in that island of Kyushu, we have 3 projects in Kyushu. We have partnered with 3 of the universities throughout Japan, or worked with them, and Kyushu University was very helpful in helping us identify the key exploration areas that we wanted to go after, and we were happy that they were open and available for us. Honshu really is not a major focus for us because it is quite densely populated and the geology is not necessarily right for us to explore, except northern Honshu. In that area, based on a study that was done by Akita University, we identified lithocaps, or the precursors to porphyry discoveries there, and 4 major opportunities were available. We applied for those and we were granted those 4 opportunities. Up in Hokkaido, that's been really our key focus of high-grade epithermal project areas. And so currently we have a number of areas there now, 10 projects on Hokkaido that are focused in the epithermal area, centered around an old mine called the Konami mine that produced about 2.5 million ounces and closed in 1974, another Sumitomo asset. Well, being the first mover into a country, milestones are easy to make. So we were the first company to apply for mineral exploration permits and have them reserved for us. We were the first company to have mineral permits granted to us. We were the first company to have a drilling permit granted to us as well. So we are clearly the first mover in the country. We're solely focused on Japan, and that's been very helpful. But moreover, I think adding to our board and building our management team has been a really important set of milestones for us. On our board, we have several very accredited international geologists who have made discoveries of significant underground mines, put them into production themselves. We have major managers or chief executives of mining companies, international mining companies, mining engineers and executives on our board. And one of note, the former chief executive of Sumitomo Corporation, the global minerals division, Mitsuhiko Yamada, joined our board of directors, and we're very pleased to have him on our board. From our management team side, we have an excellent management group that includes an associate professor from the University of Hokkaido, who's been very helpful with us in the permitting process, but also the former head of exploration for Sumitomo Metal Mining, for their global exploration group, retired at age 65, and within a few short months had joined us as our general manager of exploration. He was also on the Tech Resources Board for the last 10 years as well. So a wonderful team. Finally, we have two great advisors, technical advisors, Doug Kerwin and Steve Garwin, who are part of our group. Doug, with great note, having been the co-discoverer of Oyu Tolgoi in Mongolia, and Steve Garwin being an individual that's had a rich history with the Batu Hijau mine in Indonesia, with Newmont as their chief geologist in Nevada, and also associated with Sol Gold and as their key technical advisor. Our key message to investors is very simple. It's taken us 5 years to build a wonderful company in a country that is a first world country with a wonderful legacy of high-grade gold mining, but with a completely underexplored environment for at least the last 40 years, if not since the Second World War. So our focus for this year is really twofold. Number one, we have a strong operational team that's going to allow us to go forward with exploring a number of the mines that we've identified now by drilling to confirm the existing mineralization, but then using the drill as our key prospecting tool to look underneath the mines and around the mines to make new large regional discoveries. That's number one. The second thing is that we have been identified or been approached by a number of the major international mining companies that have now found that Japan is open for business and that Japan Gold has picked up key areas throughout Japan. And so I think we have a very strong joint venture strategy that we'll be pursuing this year as well. We've been fortunate to participate in 4 conferences globally now with the one-to-one group, and they provide us with outstanding exposure. Really for the last year and a half to almost 2 years since we went public, we really underexposed the company. We focused our time in terms of building our portfolio of projects to go from 5 projects when we first started to the 17 projects we have today. And so we really looked carefully at how we could start building an investor base, developing contacts, and building a real following for the company. And we identify one-to-one as the key group that we would go forward and do that with. So we're very pleased to be part of the conferences so far. Again, we've been around the world. We've met with mining companies. We've met with large institutions and high net worth investors. And it's been very, very positive so far.